Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Foundation with me, Murphy. We're looking up the street of part of our village, primarily because, well, it's a different village. Basically, I had a problem with the save game and I somehow lost it. So I've started a new village to get a population of 100 villagers, so we're up to 107 at the moment, so I can carry on from there. I haven't built any large churches. I've got this small one here. We've got a small Lord Manor, and there's a nice little edit button here as well now, so you can actually edit the actual Lord Manor and build it up and make it a lot bigger, etc., which I'm really looking forward to playing around with when we have more resources. Now we've got loads of wood, we've got plenty of tools, we've got loads of stone, we've got loads of wheat. We could really do with getting some more flour produced. We've got 4 mills currently, and we've got 2 bakeries, so those 2 bakeries are keeping up with those 4 mills. We've got a nice little gathering hut here, or the section, all collecting these guys. We've also got the same around this lot of stone, and I've started building another church, because what I found, or what I didn't notice so much, was when you are on your residential locations, everywhere there is basically well, they want to live here because it's close to here, it's a church. They don't want to live here and there because it's too far away from that small church. If I was to make that bigger, then that would extend. So you can see the difference between the space that that one's got to that one, really. And having all this industrial work or industrial area, people don't want to live next door to that. So that's why we've got this little section here where people aren't really quite happy to live there. So that's what that is. Which I found quite interesting. So even if we put a church right next to it, doesn't mean to say people will want to live there. So what I've also done, let me have a look. Painting wise, I've painted this whole area in the hope that we'll get some residents. We have put in a market cellar, so we've got, let's get someone in there, and someone to sell bread, and someone to sell food. So we've got those set up. Close you, come on, close and close. Is that more food? I think it is, actually. So hopefully that will improve things. Also, this will house how many? It didn't tell us, does it? Yeah, 40 capacity. Our last churches that we had up on these hilltops were like 100 plus, and over here was about really late hundreds. So I'm really miffed that I lost that save game. But one thing I have been doing a lot is actually buying a load of territory, because, well, because I don't have such big churches, I've got loads of money and I have bought loads of areas. So all this is currently owned by myself. Let me just come off this layer so you can actually see it. So we own all this area, and I've been buying a couple of sections every day, as it were. So we've got things working the way out, which means we can extend out, which is what I'm kind of trying to do here, and try and get everything that we need within this sort of vicinity. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Let's speed this up. Villagers upgrading their houses, excellent. We could really do with some more mills, I think, or not. We're up to 43. I'm also buying bread, you might have noticed then. It jumped up quite significant, because I'm trying to keep happiness as high as possible. So, and I'm also, because I'm bringing in so much money, it's quite easy just to buy some bread in from our neighbours. So if we look at our budget, we've got villager consumption opposed to our upkeep. That's probably an easier way to look at it. So we're getting about 1,000 extra a month. We had 2,700 trade from buying tools and food and other bits and bobs. So we're up to 1,000 already. So that's how quickly everything's going. So there's our new church. And let's get off this little section and Oh, oh yes, we've got a couple of, haven't we? So, what have I set this one to? He's to as well. He's down to a 0, and we'll put these guys to a 1. So when we are close by certain times, we'll be able to hear that quite nicely. I'm not happy with the way that's actually built. Put that there. It looked that was more. Okay. I can edit it, can't I? And I've got a nice little stained glass section there as well, which is good. Right. Okay. Ooh, let's get out of there. So what do we need to do? What have we got? We've got loads of people not working. We could do with probably more food, actually. So let's get all these working onto these areas. Last thing I need is to not have sufficient food being collected. And yeah. Oh, that's it, the use of all the people. So we need to make sure that is constantly up to date. We don't want that to drop too far, otherwise we will have serious problems. So essentially what we have going on, I've kind of mirrored what I had previously with a forest camp here, a couple of woodcutters and a couple of sawmills, which is why our wood is so high. Now I suppose I could probably actually sell that off instead of actually buying everything. So we could possibly sell, say, 40. I really would love that to be a type-in. Right, so 40 wood. And we can keep an eye on it there, because I think we'll be fine with that. Okay, so villagers are upgrading their houses, which is good. We've got a couple down here. We've got new villagers coming in. And is that the trader with him? Possibly. But I suppose we could really do with getting 119, yeah. Could do with more food being collected. Food is a priority. Let's go and buy some more territory. I'm going over here because I would like to just have... What's gone on there? We must have bought a load of stuff. I'd like to be able to put the churches down and then put everything else in and around it so that people are heading out in all directions. I quite like the look of that. Right, 700 again. There we go. And we also could really do with building up the Lord Manor and giving it a bit more space. I'm not what we're doing with these painting. Yeah, I've left that area for extraction, but not necessarily for residential. So I kind of don't want that happening over there. Now we are 700, 120. That's ridiculous. We're not gathering enough food. Come on. 120 to 140 food is ridiculous. Come on. Hurry up and get in. Okay, there we go, perfect. And then let's get the next camp. There we go. Right. So there's that church bell ringing. Let's see what this one is. They're not in sync. That was a shame. Okay, so we've got quite a few houses building up around this area, which is good. And they've already upgraded quite quickly, which is even better. So they've gone through 2 upgrades, which means we've got plenty of materials for them. Now, how are we doing on clothes? Let's open this up. So we've got... Oh yes, we've bought some marble, haven't we? Yes. And we've got our own clothes, and yeah, we've got the tools on also buy, so it always keeps them around 40. So that's possibly one of the reasons why we are spending so much, other than buying the bread. So we could probably do with having another bakery. Might as well have the bakery down here actually, so that it's close proximity to this bread. Over here. So let's have a look. Bakery. Let's pop you there on the road. Alright, so that will Actually, do you know what? I'm going to put 2 in actually. And we're going to have 2 bakeries. And we could probably do the well. There's a well up here. But we'll put another one in. Just for these guys. Okay, cool. Okay, we've got 1,000 cash, so let's go and buy some more land. I'm not really fussed where it is buying it at the moment. There we go. Cool. So if I can build up my bread to a sufficient number that I'm not actually trading it, then it will actually greatly improve our economics. Cool. But we are still running out of food. I mean, how many have we got? We've got 117. So do we have more people available? No. So in a minute I'm going to have a big problem because I'm not going to have enough berries. I'm going to stop enabling immigration because I don't really want to have too many people come in here and not having enough food for them. How many builders have I got? Builder. You are a level 1 farmer. Food producer. Do you know what? I'm going to turn you into baker. And you can go and work over there. Builder, you can go into a baker as well. That will get those 2 sorted. We're not getting any more people in, which means we should start seeing that going up. Who else have we got? Have we got any more builders? There's a builder. Hans, let's put you as a gatherer. Because we could really do with getting more food in. Gatherer. There we go. Sophie, you can go as a gatherer as well. Just want to get everything. Everybody working on something that's actually going to bring us some value in. Not that the builders don't give you value, it's just a case of oh, actually we can have a couple of bakers, can't we? Just remembered we can have 4 bakers, and you can be a baker as well. Excellent. So hopefully that will improve dramatically. Just trying to see if we've got anything else. And 2 people, no jobs. That's just typical. Right. Right, everybody's employed, gainfully employed. So we're producing as much food as we can at the moment. I could possibly move some people from these, although I don't think I've got any of these assigned, actually. No, I haven't. I'm wondering whether that's actually enough for the time being, and whether I should actually just ditch all these. I'm actually thinking that might be a good idea. I was thinking of long term having a load of people, but do you know what? I might not need it. So let's just buy a bit more territory. So 3 chunks in one go, that's quite nice. And I suppose if I take out some of these, it'll actually improve the area. So people want to live here, which will be good. Okay, so we've got people who live here now working over there, which is good. Okay. Bakery, we're working fine. We've got 40. Okay, that's good. It's whether we've actually had to buy any or not. Let's get another section. And another section, there we go. Alright, okay. So what do we really want to see? We could really do with... I don't want to build anything just yet. I think maybe what I could really do with is improving our Lord Manor. I need more treasuries, because if I get sidetracked, it'll go to about 3,000 so quickly. So, we're going to go with an extension, a core. We'll do that. Oh. Let's take that up. And we'll have another core on this side. So He's going off that, off there. Is that the place? Yeah, thereabouts. So let's get that up. And there may be a core at the back as well. Just to add. Oops. No. Actually, there would be quite good. And we'll get that up to the same level. And then maybe put. Hang on, that's different height. I want you all the same height. Thank you very much. There we go. And another one here. Oops! Come on. Snap in the right place. That'll do. Now, each of these do not actually add any additional value to it. It just increases the maintenance cost quite significantly. So what we're going to do now is possibly put in a another treasury, because we would like to make sure all our money. Oh, just spotted them. Those little blobs around the bottom of the buildings. Let's take you a bit higher actually, because we're going to go a little deeper, and we'll do another one. So wherever it connects up to, it appears to be linking. So there we go. Are you the same height? Roughly, yeah. Go there. Go in there. Okay. Alright, so what does that look like? Okay, so that looks quite imposing, doesn't it, really? Let's go for that. Let's start construction. That's going to need 87 tools. Yeah, let's go for it. See what I mean? How quickly this money's coming up? Let's buy some land. Oops, land. Before I hit the limit. There we go. And then we can just go somewhere else. Let's see, we're coming this way, aren't we? And you can come off, you can come off. You can come off. Can't buy these edge ones though, which is a shame. Yeah. So you can go. Yeah, perfect. And we'll go back to here. And that can get built, and hopefully that will give us some more substantial treasury, so I don't have to keep wandering in and worrying about it. Food. We're still having problems with food. Berries, we're getting some decent quantity now. Grain or flour is reducing. Okay, so maybe... Damage, we've got plenty of grain. Let's get some windmills in down here then. Because we're going to use up all that flour so quickly. Windmill. I do like this. Let's put it downhill. There's a couple of facing downhill. That should improve things a bit. Okay. Got loads of wood, and we've got loads of timber. Okay, how many builders have we got, seeing as I just moved so many onto different jobs? Gatherers. So we've got one. Could really do with having a list of how many people we've got doing jobs. 2. Okay, I've got 2 builders. Okay, that's not too bad. I've got 300 food on berries. Yeah, I'm still not happy with that sort of low level of food. I suppose what I could do is actually reduce the... oh, that's not even being used. Let's take that out then. Yeah. Let's take that off, because that's going to save me some pennies. 5, 5, 5. Got 1,000. I'm going to reduce actually the people working in these places. And we'll put those as gatherers, I think. the same over here actually. We'll just knock it down by 1. Okay. And I think that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Yeah, we'll get rid of these. Be interesting to see how the residential overlay looks like now. Look at that. All that area has now become more favourable to live in, which is quite nice. That's good. Okay. We've got some windmills still there to be started because we haven't got any builders on it. We want more people working, gathering. That's it, everybody's gathering now. I want that to about 400. Sorry, not 400. About 500 is where I want that one to be. Okay, so they've built some of the extensions. Working on this back extension, and then they'll start on the 3 towers. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing I do like about this is if you look at the sheep, I think how much detail and how they have is so nice. So nice indeed. I'm going to sit and watch them for hours. Well, not really. Games hours maybe. Right, okay, what else have we got going on? Let's open up immigration. Bread is still a problem. Bread is still a problem. Okay. So those guys coming in can be builders. We must have bought a load of tools because our income dropped significantly. Because we need 80 odd for this. How many left we need? We need 10 more. So yeah, we've bought a load of tools and bread by the looks of things. Yeah, 500 near enough. Let's get these guys as builders. Builder. Cool. Let's get on with that. So they should start building the windmills. Once they're built, we can put people in there. Because we are getting quite low on flour. Grain's not a problem, I don't think. Yeah, 400 wheat, so we don't need to put another farm in yet, which is good. So if we have just wondering how many bakeries we're going to need to actually keep our populace happy. So I'm going to build a couple more actually while thinking about it. Bakery. Let's have these facing each other again. So we get the best of both worlds. And there we go. And we'll put another couple of windmills in as well. Let's have those facing downhill. Yeah, both facing downhill. Probably wouldn't be there in real life right that close to each other. I'm sure the wind would actually get caught on one and the other one wouldn't work as effectively as the one behind it. So yeah, but they don't turn. Oh, it would have been nice to actually see these sort of windmills turn, but yeah. What was that on? That's Ostrich, that's why. Yes, I need to do an update video on Ostrich soon. He's been doing a lot of work on there, so really could do with seeing what he's got up to. That's nearly complete. So we might have some available. Yes, we do. Excellent. So they're onto there. We've completed the Lord Manor, and we've got funds now up to 1600. Just doesn't look too bad. It looks a bit compact. But yeah, you know what, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not brilliant, but it's not too bad. And these are all getting built quickly, which is good. We can put our newcomers straight into the bakery to start with. And hopefully that will help with our food situation. So we're on to 122 now. So I actually never sat and watched these guys actually do their work. Let me just slow this down a bit actually. Pull out a bit. Using a hammer to make bread. Okay. That's first time I've seen something like that. Let's have a look at what these guys are doing. Anyone there? Okay. Looks like she's twiddling her thumbs. And we've got another bakery built. Excellent. Let's go and set those people to work. And hopefully that will be complete soon. And we can get that one set to work if we have some spare people. Which we don't have, so we're going to have to wait. Oh well. That's a nice view there, isn't it, really? Looking up past all the bakeries. I wonder whether these villagers get deja vu when they walk past someone who looks just like them. Not sure. Right, happiness is not too bad. Berries is going absolutely wonderful. Let's take off a couple of people and get those onto the bakery. Perfect. So we've got loads of wood. Gold's fine. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Do you know, I'm looking forward to so much more new content on this game. Let's get somebody else open. Let's let you can go and work in here. And once they've built this one, we'll get somebody else working in there. And that should help, I hope. That should really help our finances. I mean, what am I actually buying? Maybe I should stop buying. Glass. I've been trying to buy glass and I don't think I can. No, I can't yet. So do you know what? That can go off. Buying clothes as well, was I? Planks I'm going to stop selling. Alright, so all the trades off now. Let's see what we can actually get in, because that's ridiculous. Let's get somebody else in here. Nope. And a sign. Excellent. You know, I'm glad there's no happiness level associated to the villagers where they, if we click on one of them, okay, so if they have preferences, etc. Oh, we're still struggling to keep our people happy with clothes. One sold, 0 in stock. How much wool have we got? We've got 1 jumper, we've got 20 wool. Do I need more sheep farms? Do you know, I suppose I might have to. Let's build that. Let's pop you that way. Alright, and maybe another one over here. Because they would be that really close, wouldn't they? Right, that's going to produce a lot of wool, I hope. And then we can get more weavers' huts making clothes once they are manned, and we have got those sorted. Right. Okay, so that's not doing too bad. Get the speeding on a bit. Right. Right, the house is close to that church. Thought for a second it actually clipped the church. No, only just. I don't think I could put an extension on here, which is one of the things that the modding on here is not that great. So if there's a building, you can put buildings over other buildings. I think I had that over here. Yeah, I've got gatherers' huts going straight into someone's house, and they've not upgraded it, so Although if I take that out, there we go. That looks better. That looks better. Probably upset someone now, but that does look better. Nothing in stock. Nothing sold this week. So that's costing us 6 gold a day or week, and we've not got enough wool. Why? Right, you've got 8 wool. 17 wool. Okay. So we've got a couple of people joined us. So let's assign them a sheep hut. Assign a worker. Right, okay, yeah, don't abuse. How many sheep do you want? I want loads of sheep. I want this whole hill to be full of sheep, all getting sheared. There we go. That'll do. Alright, let's not give them too many. that is a lot of sheep. Oh, hang on. Right, let's just paint this. Extraction. Right, okay, so... Alright. That should stop it now. No, it's not. Why is that not stopping it? Extraction. Is it because sheep are going outside the area? Let's play that. Maybe it's that one that they're not happy with. Let's just see whether it sorts itself out. Yeah, it sorted itself out. Right, okay, so we should have plenty of wool now coming in. We could really do with getting some more weavers' huts created. Weaver, there we go. And let's drop you there. And another one here. There we go. And keep that going. And oh, we've got people working there, didn't realise. Okay, so they must be clearing the wood. That's right, yeah, they're going all around here to clear that area. Right, okay, cool. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll leave this episode here for the time being. We're up to, how many we got? 129 people in total. So that's not too bad for that nice little village. And we've got 2 more on their way, so we're going to be up to 130 at the start of the next episode. So, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe. And also in the comments below, give us some ideas of what you'd like to see. We've built up the churches. I think the only things I've not actually really shown is the flowers. So where we've got the decorative trees, which is this basic one that we put around on the last one, and we've got the decorative bushes, so which can go underneath the trees, like so. Or they can go anywhere. So I suppose what we could really do with it is really expand in either of these. Probably the Lord Manor actually, although it is a case of yeah, I mean that's 180 gold. Maybe let's hold fire. We're getting 6,000 gold at the moment, and I think we're going to need to get a farm. I think we are. So let's put another farm in, because that is going to be a big problem for us if we don't get enough enough wheat then to make the bread, because considering we've turned off the buying, we've got nearly 30 bread, which is absolutely brilliant. So until then, that's Murphy out.